Hey YouTube, for today's White Party Bangkok advice video, we're going to talk tech. Specifically, we're going to talk about how to get your phone online while you're in Bangkok. We're only 2 weeks away from White Party Bangkok, so by now you should have gotten your tickets, booked your flights, booked your hotel. If you still need some outfit ideas, I'm still piecing together my outfits. Actually, go watch my previous advice video on outfits, and I also did a fun advice video with my friend David from Australia where we give you guys some tips for White Party in general. I'm sure you all rely on your phone and the internet for everything you do throughout the day. And when you're traveling, that's even more so. You're gonna need maps, you're gonna need directions, you need to look up the train schedule, you're gonna need to call a car, you need to look up your ticket info for the parties, all sorts of different things. So today, I'm gonna teach you, especially for those who are visiting Bangkok, how to make sure you can get bars and get internet access on your phone. For your phone to have internet access while you're in Bangkok, you need some sort of cellular plan. This can be from one of the local carriers in Thailand, which we'll talk about in a little bit, or your home cellular plan might actually give you some amount of international data roaming included in the plan that you're already using right now. Here in the US, for example, T-Mobile is one of the big cellular carriers, and a lot of their monthly plans actually offer free international data and texting. So for example, their Magenta plan gives you free data access in over 200 countries, but in a lot of those 200 countries, including in Thailand, your speeds are going to be capped at 256 kilobits per second, which is pretty slow. It'll be good enough for messaging and looking up maps and directions, train schedules, things like that, but it won't be very good for photos, videos, or streaming, anything like that. However, if you have one of T-Mobile's Magenta Max plans, that actually gives you high speed like 4G LTE data access in all the countries where they have free international data roaming, including in Thailand and in Bangkok. But the moral of the story is check with the current carrier you have right now that you use at home and see if the current plan that you're using includes some sort of free international data roaming. Because in that case, if you're okay with the specs, you might already be set before you leave for Thailand. If you are using a home carrier for internet while you're in Thailand, make sure you turn on the data roaming option in the phone so that your phone will work once you get to Bangkok. If the current plan you have at home doesn't include any sort of international data roaming already built in, a lot of carriers will let you buy some sort of add-on, just pay them extra money so that you can have international data roaming. A lot of times though, especially here in the US for the US carriers, those international data add-on packages are quite expensive and not a good value. You're gonna pay a lot of money for not a lot of data and it doesn't last for very many days. So my general advice, if your current plan at home doesn't already have data roaming for free, is to get a local data plan from one of the local Thailand carriers. With the local carriers in Thailand, for somewhere like $8 to $15, you're gonna have something like 15 to 30 gigs of data to use for 1 to 2 weeks for your stay in Bangkok, which is a much better value for the data you're getting compared to at least what the US carriers will give you. Now here we get into the slightly difficult techie part of the video. If you are from outside of the US or you know that you have an unlocked cell phone, unlocked as in any SIM card will work in the cell phone that you have, go ahead and skip to this part of the video later on, and I'm going to talk about the different options for getting a local Thailand SIM card for your phone that will work when you get there. If you live in the US or you bought your phone in the US, okay, buckle up because we need to see if your phone will even work with any sort of data plan from a carrier that's not in the US. Okay, Americans, I'm gonna try to make this as quick and easy, as painless as possible because you didn't come here for an IT lesson. We're gonna start with iPhones first and then we'll move on to Android. Some of you in the US might just bought an iPhone that isn't locked at all. If you didn't get the phone from a carrier, then there's a chance that your iPhone is unlocked. If you want to double check, go into the settings, go to General, About, and look for the carrier lock field. If it says no SIM restrictions there, then your phone is fully unlocked and any SIM card from anywhere in the world will work in that phone. Very generally for iPhones in the US, iPhones released from 2020 onwards in the last couple years generally will work with SIM cards from other countries, such as in Thailand for Bangkok, even if you got the phone from Verizon or T-Mobile or whatever. So for most of those, you're safe. The only exception I can find in my research is if you got your iPhone from AT&T, because AT&T is like the worst of all the US carriers, by the way, go down to this part of the video where you can look for an eSIM specifically from one of the Thailand carriers, and you can try to install it. Either the installation will work, and then the phone will work once you get to Bangkok. So if you try to install a Thailand eSIM and it fails, all hope is not lost. Just call up your carrier and tell them you're going to be visiting Thailand temporarily for like a week or so and see what they can do for you. A lot of the carriers can do an international SIM unlock on your phone. Anecdotally, I've heard that T-Mobile and Verizon are pretty good with this with their customers, so feel free to give them a call. I'm gonna switch to Android now, and for Android, there are a lot of different companies that make a lot of different models of Android phones. So because of that, I'm only gonna focus in on the most popular ones, which are the Google Pixels and the Samsung Galaxies. If you have a Google Pixel that you bought from the Google store directly from Google, that should be fully unlocked. The Thailand SIM card should work in it, no problem. For the Samsung Galaxies, if you paid full price from it, or you specifically got the unlocked version, or you got it directly from Samsung, that's probably also fully unlocked as well, and you should be okay. If you got your phone from a carrier, you're on some sort of monthly installment plan with them, you're on an upgrade plan with them, you're not getting it directly from Google or Samsung, the likelihood is that that phone probably is locked. So like the advice I gave to the iPhone users, go call up your carrier, tell them, hey, you're temporarily visiting Thailand for a couple of weeks, so they can verify and double check whether your phone needs to be unlocked or not. And again, a lot of the carriers are going to be okay to kind of do an international unlock for international SIM cards on your cell phone so that you can use it while you travel. So the phone you're using now, it's got a SIM card inside, and it's got your home cellular plan, your home cell phone number linked to it. You're gonna need a Thailand SIM card or eSIM, one or the other, to put into the phone if you want to get service from the local Thailand carriers. SIM cards come in both a physical format, like the one you see here that you insert into the phone, as well as a virtual eSIM format that you download. If you got an iPhone from 2018 or later, using an eSIM for Thailand is probably going to be the best. This will be the iPhone 11, 12, 13, and the 14, the iPhone XS, the iPhone XR, and the second gen or newer of the iPhone SE. If you have an iPhone that's older than that, you can only use physical SIM cards. If you got an Android, just pop open the SIM card tray on your phone. If there's not a SIM card already in there, or there's a spare empty slot for an additional SIM card, buying a physical Thailand SIM card would probably be the best. If there is a SIM card already in the tray and your phone supports eSIMs, and I'll link a link down below so you can see which models those are, then you can use a Thailand eSIM for Bangkok. Alright, now that you know where you can use a physical SIM card or an eSIM for Thailand, I'm going to tell you how to get a SIM card no matter which format you're going to go with. To get a physical SIM card, you're going to have to be physically in Bangkok to do that. So after you land in the Bangkok BKK airport and you exit out from the baggage claims and customs area, the three major telecom providers there, this would be AIS, DTech, and TrueMove, they actually have booths set up specifically for tourists, and you can buy a physical SIM card there. Here's a tip: pack a paperclip with you in your luggage so you can eject the SIM card tray from your phone so you can swap SIM cards back and forth, because you need to pop it out to put the Thailand SIM card into your phone, and then when you fly back, you probably want to pop your home SIM card in there before you land. If you're gonna get an eSIM from Thailand, this is really easy. You just have to go online and then select the carrier and the plan that you want, and then they'll give you instructions for how to load it onto your phone. The carriers in Thailand that actually offer eSIMs are DTech and AIS, or there's a great website I found called RLO, and they cater to travelers that might need SIMs from all sorts of different countries, and you can get a local Thailand carrier SIM from them as well. No matter where you buy from, you're gonna get a QR code that allows you to download the eSIM onto your phone. The moment that you scan the QR code, it's gonna activate the eSIM. It's gonna start kicking off the validity period for the SIM card that you purchased. So because of that, don't scan it too early before you go to Bangkok, because let's say you buy an eSIM that's valid for 8 days. If you scan it today and you don't leave for Thailand for another 2 weeks, then that 8 days is gonna be over. For most eSIMs that you buy for Bangkok, you're probably not gonna wanna activate it until maybe the day that you hop onto the plane. Finally, no matter which carrier you're using or how you're gonna get internet on your phone in Bangkok, you're gonna have a plan that has a limited amount of data, or you have a slower data rate for your plan. I always like to recommend you turn on low data mode. This just minimizes your phone trying to download things in the background to make your internet slower than it already is for the cap speed, and also helps to minimize not going over your data cap. Alright YouTube, I hope I made getting internet access for your phone in Bangkok relatively simple. With some of this tech and IT stuff, you can get really complicated really quickly. Check out my other White Party Bank advice videos if you haven't already, and I will see you in Bangkok in just 2 weeks or so time. Until next time, bye YouTube.